The following is a paid advertisement. The views expressed are the sole responsibility of the advertiser.
Welcome to You Have Real Estate with me, attorney Justin Clark. If you have any questions whatsoever during the program, phone number is right here on the screen. A wonderful show lined up, but first, the opening statement. I've been getting a lot of questions about this. Are Chinese nationals allowed to buy real estate in the state of Florida right now? Also, Justin, what's up with these mortgage rates? Are they going to go down? Are they going to keep going up? Great questions, and questions that we will answer by asking real questions. Now, when it comes to questions, I always had questions about where to buy jewelry, whether it was a gift for someone else or even a watch for myself. That question's been answered for me. My wonderful friends at Casa Leon. It's the only place I go for jewelry. Here's a quick message from Casa Leon. And here we are at Casa Leon Jewelers. I'm wearing my beautiful watch from here. You have a necklace, earrings.
And a ring.
And a ring. Oh, wow. You're
Michael M.
And we buy all of our jewelry here at Casa Leon, and we do so because of trust. They've been doing this since 1946, Michaela, and it takes a lot of trust to be able to stay in business that long. Proud to be joined by the owner of Casa Leon. Renee is here. Renee, how important is your client's trust to you?
It is extremely important. And this is something that we have worked very, very hard to achieve and to gain loyalty from our customers.
I see all of these five-star reviews everywhere. It's pretty amazing. Tons of reviews.
That's because we do protect our name and our reputation extremely well.
Yeah. You do a little bit of everything here, it seems. You have wedding jewelry, you've got engagement rings, wedding rings, watches, but you permanent jewelry is pretty exciting.
I stole your thunder, sorry.
You did, I know.
Sorry.
I don't know if I like that or not. But you do custom jewelry here as well.
We do. We have our studio, and we have Pedro on a computer. He can design just about anything you can think of. And we have a machine that $55,000 machine that'll create any wax that we want to cast on.
He's done it for my mom.
I know, so, she loved it too.
Yeah, that's good.
Doing a great job here. Obviously, we will always continue to shop here. I put a QR code on the screen right now. Take your phone out, scan it, and do yourself a favor. Visit Casa Leon Jewelers today. Every Saturday here on the program, we ask real questions to the truly trend-setting people in Central Florida's real estate community. Kick it off with two good friends of mine to my right, Dallas Lehman. You have mortgage. Dallas, how are you, sir?
Great, Justin. Thanks. Great to be back.
You got it. And I haven't seen you in a while other than at the office. Hemant Panchal is here. Core title. Hemant, how are you, buddy? Good to see you.
Great. Yeah, you too.
Let's start with you because everyone's asking this question. I've seen it at the firm a lot lately, too, where people from China are trying to buy real estate here in Florida, and everyone keeps saying no. What's going on?
Yeah, a couple of months, I think it was in July, they had new legislation that went through, and it's restricting a lot of foreign buyers. It's not only Chinese, but there are other nationalities that are on the list, and it's, restricting them from purchasing any properties in Florida.
Really? So this isn't a federal thing. This is state by state, I guess, and Florida is one of the leaders in this.
Right.
And so what are you seeing happen? Because you were telling me earlier, you've seen some people come in and make offers that as the owner of a title company, you had to say no to. What are you seeing?
Yeah, we're getting contracts in, and, part of our due diligence is, asking them what their nationality is. And once we determine that they're on that list, unfortunately, we're not able to proceed as far as a closing with them. So
is that right?
Yeah, we're unfortunately losing out on some transactions, but,
How do you determine what their nationality is?
We usually just ask them and then provide some sort of proof, like a passport or something.
Got it. And then so if it says China or some other countries, you can't do it, you can't close it.
No, unfortunately not.
Unbelievable. Are you seeing a lot of deals fall apart right now with real estate agents that are seeing this?
I wouldn't say a lot, but just overall, all the transactions are so much less than before. So even if it's a couple here and there, it still affects everybody.
It sure does. All right, more questions for you in just a moment. But Dallas, everyone's yelling at me about the mortgage rates now. Like, I can't believe they've gone up to 7% or whatever they are now. What's going on out there?
Well, as we know, the Fed spoke this week. They're easing rates right now, and with inflation, that's always a concern. But when you're buying a home, that's usually your number one hedge against inflation. So it's safe money to invest. if we want to look at the historic rates of mortgages, 7.89%, I believe, in the 80s was the normal. Just under 8% is the median range for interest rates in the United States, as long as Fannie and Freddie have been tracking them. So really in the 7s, we're not that bad. If I had my crystal ball out today, which is probably what you want to hear me say, as most people do, I think we're getting toward the last quarter of this year. I think you're going to see them come down a little bit. But what I tell people is it's very, very important. I know some people, and congratulations, I know you've bought a new home,
Sure did.
And congratulations on that. But it's still
Congratulate me when it's done, because right now it's a nightmare with all this construction and all that. But anyway, thank you.
Trust me, I know. But quite honestly, it's still the number one hedge against inflation. That equity in the home is a strong, strong thing to do. Nobody should be spending and throwing away money on rent, $20,000, $30,000. I have yet to meet the person that can throw away $25,000, $30,000, a year on rent. It's just put it where it's safe in the equity. Yeah. That's the best thing I think that you should do with that money.
Yeah, and obviously you can always refinance. So I think if you find the house of your dreams, buy it. Who cares what the rates are right now? You can refinance down the road. However, you might want to talk to Dallas about the prepayment penalty as well. How long are these prepayment penalties normally, if at all?
Outstanding, very good point. Now, and to allude to what you just said, what I always like to tell people is marry the home, buy the home now, and date the rate. As you just said, you can refinance that rate anytime. If you close today, you can get 7, 7.8, 7.5, 2 years, 3 years, maybe 8 months later. When it gets down to a 5% rate or even a 5.5%, refinance, but you still have the home and you save that money on rent. Prepayment penalties differ per loan. 30-year fixed loan has a 30-year no prepayment penalty. So you can pay that loan off anytime you want to. Now, other loans have graduated rates. For example, you may have what's called a 3-year prepayment penalty, where it's hard for the first year, meaning you don't want to pay it off in that first year because you're going to get a lot of upfront loaded fees. Yeah. But then the next 2 years of that 3-year term of the prepayment penalty, you can pay it off without any problem.
Got it. Yeah, I think it's a great time to buy. I know rates are up, but it's better than rent. You should see what the rental market's like right now. Maybe you want to start that hunt for your dream home this weekend. You will need a pre-approval letter. This man will get it for you, 407-205-0400. And then you make the offer, and ultimately you have closing day. You sit at that closing table, and if you haven't bought a lot of houses, even if you have, it's a scary day, especially if you're buying and you see this settlement statement with all these numbers that you don't really understand. That's when you talk to Hemant here, because this is what you do, right? You're almost, as the title agent, almost the referee in some ways. You've got the real estate agent, the mortgage person, buyer, seller, and they're really coming to you a lot with the questions about all of these numbers on the settlement statement. How do you explain to a buyer, especially, what these numbers all mean, and what kind of questions do they normally have?
I think we did a pretty good job of just breaking it down for them exactly what each item is going through. We let them explain that this is the title charges, this is the title insurance. Each and every item on the closing statement, we try to go through and explain it to them. And a lot of times, if they're seasoned investors, we'll kind of just brush right through it. If we know that they're a first-time home buyer, we'll take our time, make sure they understand every item at the end, and make sure they know what they're doing and signing.
I will tell you, all title companies are not created equal, and that's for sure. And I've dealt with so many real estate agents who use Core Title for their transactions, and the response is always the same. It's like, oh my gosh, you're fast. You respond to everything very quickly, when a lot of title companies they don't do that. And I think that service is probably what sets you apart. I mean, your real estate agents seem to love you.
Yeah, definitely. I just find picking up the phone whenever it rings, is it works.
So it is,
yeah, and just being available.
Thanks, Hemant. Good to see you, buddy. Dallas, thank you as always. Great to see you. Here's what we will do, a very quick break. When we return, what's on the market right now? I'm going to show you this one and this one and this one. We have a lot of properties to look at together as You Have Real Estate continues. I bought a new house the other day. I was so excited. I could not wait to move in, and I did move in. Bad thing happened though. 2 days later, the air conditioning unit totally went out. I was shocked. I spent all this money on the house already.
Dang.
Now I have to replace the air conditioning unit. It was terrible. But then I remember we had Old Ash on the show. Remember them?
Yes,
And
how could I forget?
They were talking about Duquesne and Duquesne air conditioning units. I had never really heard of Duquesne before in the air conditioning world, but I said, I need to figure out more about Duquesne. Thank goodness I did.
Yeah, Duquesne's awesome. Duquesne offers you an award-winning product instead of being a simple air conditioner. This brand is designed to bring comfort to your home no matter how hot it is outside. And let's be
And it's
honest,
hot.
in Florida, it gets
It
hot.
was hot in my house.
I'm sure. When I think Duquesne, I know I chose a quality product. It has durability, energy efficiency, energy savings, and a ton of value for my hard-earned money. Duquesne's OmniGuard Total Corrosion Protection technology protects your unit from deterioration. If you're looking to invest in your home,
Like
this
I did.
product,
Like
yeah.
I did. I mean, I was
Well,
investing in my home, of course.
Great. Well, this product is for you.
And I would recommend if you're investing in your own home, tell your contractor today to ask for Duquesne. Welcome back to the show. Very honored to be joined by the president-elect of ORRA, Rose Kemp. How are you? How do you feel about this? Are you ready for this responsibility?
I'm ready. I keep telling everybody it's not a me thing, it's
Yeah.
a we thing. So there's plenty of support. We got a great board of directors, so I'm really looking forward to
You already
it.
have your tagline. I like that. You're ready to roll.
I'm ready to roll. I mean, I've been in business, 23 years. I'm a realtor of 23 years.
Yeah.
I've been with RE/MAX 20 years. I love what I do. And basically, as a volunteer, I have a voice in what matters to me in my business.
I was bragging about ORRA, and you might not know what ORRA is. ORRA is the Orlando Regional Realtor Association. It's an organization that I think all real estate agents should be involved in. But a lot of communities, a lot of different cities have their own branch or whatever you call it. But the one here feels special to me. Why is that?
It's very special. We're actually a leading association in the country.
Oh, really?
There are 1,200 local realtor associations, and we all work under the umbrella of our state association. So here it's Florida Realtors, and then the National Association of Realtors. ORRA happens to be the 7th largest in the country of 1,200. So we're in the top 10. So we are a leading association, and we bring a lot of support for realtors to be successful, to be able to stay in business. And it's really our mother hub. I mean, that is where we go to get our education, learn professionalism, buy supplies, make connections, as we have. And actually, there's a class that you have real estate that's just started at ORRA,
That's
which
right.
is
Yeah, I was
really
there the
amazing.
other
A
day.
jumpstart for new realtors. So that's the kind of thing that we like to bring, and that's what we do. So.
God, a lot of people get confused. You might have even been confused at times about the difference in a realtor, real estate agent, real estate broker. What are the differences?
So a real estate agent means you've been licensed. You become a realtor once you actually join the association. You take an oath, and you basically are held to a higher standard of professionalism. And that's why the consumer wants to work with a realtor to ensure that they are following, guidelines and the golden rule, basically. Yeah. So they're going to be a much more educated real estate agent. Title realtor. A broker is a secondary license. So a broker is actually somebody that's looking to run an office potentially. But at the end of the day, the job itself is the same unless you're going to open up an office. If you're going to open up an office and have your own business, then you want the broker's license. But you can still hold one and be a broker associate.
You're still down in the trenches, though, buying and selling real estate, of course, as well. And you brought me two here to take a look at.
Yes.
Let's start with Belfry.
Yes.
Belfry Circle.
Yeah, so this property is in an area that I love. It's the Lake Nona area, also known as the Medical City. It's East Orlando, over by the airport. This particular property is a townhome, and it's located in Eagle Creek, which is a golf community. So it has many, many amenities besides a 24-hour guarded community. This property was built in 2016. It's a 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath with a 2-car garage, and it's 2386 heated square feet. And again, lots of amenities, and the price is $569,900.
What are some of the benefits of townhomes? And I ask that because some people get scared off by buying condos, and they're like, well, townhome's kind of like a condo. I need a single-family residential home. What are some of the benefits, though, of a townhome?
So what I think is awesome about a townhome is it gives you the feel of a single-family home, but you're not responsible for the exteriors.
Yeah.
I call it the lock-and-go lifestyle. So what is your lifestyle? Do you want to have the yard and the pool and the maintenance of all that? Or do you want to live in a place that is going to feel like a single family home. It's not a condo building, so you're not going to be in a building. Condos have different types of regulations, and most condos, not all, are going to be in a building, more of that apartment feeling, which there's nothing wrong with that. So it just depends your lifestyle, what you're looking for.
And finally today, for you investors out there, clocking in $18 million. Tell me about Grand National Drive, Rose.
So it's a unique property, and as you know, over the years of coming and joining your show, I've brought certain different types of properties, not always residential. So this is vacant land located over by the outlet, so it's very central Orlando, in the city of Orlando. It's 8.47 acres of commercial land. It's unique because it's kind of for metropolitan use, so you can build a building there, you can build a hotel there, you can do multifamily, you could do retail, recreational use. It's just a great investment opportunity. And again, it is $18 million, but this is something that is unique and it is available, and land is hard to come by, especially right now that we are building everywhere. And as you know, Orlando in general is pushing out in every direction. So finding land is not very easy to come by. And this is actually very central, located near amusement parks, located by the outlets and whatnot.
And the president-elect of ORRA, easy for me to say, we'll show them to you as well. 407-205-0400. Rose, known you a lot of years. Very proud to watch your success as well. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you, and I appreciate you, and you're awesome also. Oh, by the way, quick plug-in.
Floor is yours.
Dallas Lehman actually does commercial loans too, so if anybody's interested in this property, he's the person to talk to, and you're the attorney that can make it all happen and put it together.
Wow, getting plugs on my own show. I like this a lot. Thank you, Rose. See you soon. Quick break. You have real estate continues. I'm attorney Justin Clark. If you've been threatened by the IRS and are feeling scared, call me now or visit youhavepower.com. Welcome back to the show. I have loved introducing you to Ocala Realty World over the last couple months. And really, I've loved introducing you to a new way of buying real estate, whether it's investment real estate or somewhere for your family to live. Elisha Lopez is here from Ocala Realty World. Hi, Elisha, how are you?
Wonderful.
So Ocala, it's different. Pricing-wise, it is simply different than Orlando. I'm running into people all the time as these rates go up, as the prices go up, who are having to make a decision that they can't afford to buy here right now. They're gonna, you know what, I'm gonna keep renting for a couple years because I can't afford to buy. The market in Ocala is different. Just how different is it?
It is 40%, almost 40% less different.
40%. So the price to buy a house, the same exact house that you could buy in the Orlando area, is 40% less in Ocala. If you don't believe me, I'm putting a QR code on the screen right now, and Elisha can show you what is for sale. She'd be happy to show you around Ocala, show you what's on the market right now. Maybe this can be a house that you can grow up in, that your kids can grow up in. And it's a house that you can afford, where you're not gonna be house poor. Don't sleep on Ocala. And not only that, it's beautiful. And Ocala is such a beautiful part of the world. Describe Ocala for me.
Little piece of heaven.
Yeah.
Doesn't feel like you're in Florida at all, but weather-wise, yes, it's hot. It's
still
Florida,
hot.
yeah, which we love.
Right.
But we're an hour and 10 minutes to be out of Florida into Georgia, so we have that southern feel and the southern charm and southern hospitality, because people, even though it's eclectic and you get people from all over, it's still like they're just nicer. I think it's because it's a slower pace of life.
It does. And again, I spent many of my years in Tennessee, and then I moved to Boston, Miami, and then here. Ocala reminds me so much more of Tennessee than it does of say Miami or even Orlando, right?
Yeah.
There's a southern feel, a southern hospitality. It reminds me of Tennessee. But also horse country. I think we'd be remiss if we didn't talk about what beautiful horse country it is up there. What's the horse scene like?
Well, it's the horse capital of the world. I know there's some other spots in the country that try and claim it, but Ocala is horse capital of the world. And there's the Equestrian Center, opened up a few years ago. It's bougie Disneyland for horses. I mean, it's just gorgeous, absolutely beautiful. And
we talk a lot on this program about investing in real estate. Like, oh, I want to get one of these houses that I can list on Airbnb. How close can I get to Disney World? And everyone thinks about buying an Airbnb somewhere near Disney World, like Kissimmee, Poinciana, that whole area, right? Everyone's thought about buying an investment property there that they can rent on Airbnb. We didn't know, I couldn't have told you this before I met Elisha, that there's a whole Airbnb system that you can use in Ocala. The investment real estate is flying off the shelves up there. What is investing like in Ocala?
Investing is amazing, and there's just low inventory, so there's not a lot of deals available unless you partner yourself with an agent or a broker that has the inside scoop and knows when something's coming on the market, because there's always good deals, but if you don't know the right people, you're not gonna find them.
I've been to your brokerage before. It's beautiful. It's sort of trendy-ish, but very comfortable as well. It's a beautiful office that you have there, and you're incredibly agent-centric. You care about your agents so much so that you do this full licensing class for people who want to become agents. Tell me about that.
So we are, like you said, so laser focused on the agents, because we know that if we teach them, even before they get the license, the right way, and from experience, we actually call it teaching from the top, where they learn from myself and from my husband. So he's 30 years in the industry, and October I'll be 24 years in.
Wow.
And so they learn from us. We don't delegate that off to anyone, which is kind of unheard of in our industry. But we want to teach them right from the beginning, so we can get them out the gate fast and strong, learn quickly, so they can have a career that's amazing and have one for a long time.
You also do some work in the Villages area as well. What's that market like now?
Well, the Villages, they are kind of like their own little bubble.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember back in 2008 when the market crashed, they really didn't get hurt or affected too much.
Really?
Yeah.
Even in 08, they didn't feel it too bad. Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, prices stayed pretty stable at the time, and that was when I first realized, like, oh, it's their own little world out there, and no different now.
Right.
Yeah, super, super popular, and they're they don't stop building. They're into Wildwood, into Oxford, and they're gonna keep going.
I think Ocala is such a beautiful place. It really, really is. If you haven't been there to visit, you should. But I think you're a prime example, you and your family, of the people migrating to that world to look for maybe better prices on homes or a slower paced way of life. You started in Miami, then you ended up in Orlando, and you've been in Ocala now how long?
18 years.
18 years.
I know, I was just doing that math. It seems like yesterday.
Right.
But when we moved, I had just gotten pregnant with our first, he's 17. And so there you go.
How did you decide to make that move? Who wanted to come? Who wanted to stay?
Well, so it was an investment property.
Okay.
We were building in Port St. Lucie.
Right.
And the new construction investment flips.
Right.
Where it just got really tight and there was no room for profit any longer. So Ocala, we had heard at that time, was like that next spot.
Right.
So when we were building our current home that we're in right now, it was actually an investment. And when we came up, because it wasn't selling, because the market was starting to shift, the bubble hadn't burst, but there's that shift. And we looked at each other, my husband and I, in the driveway, and we're like, we should just move here.
Right.
And we just picked up and left.
And it's not just the city of Ocala, really. All of Marion County has a lot of great opportunity to buy real estate, and really a great opportunity to raise a family on a slower paced way of life. But there's still plenty to do. I'm not, it's not like we're going to go to hibernate somewhere in some dungeon somewhere. There's plenty to do, outdoor stuff, and but it's beautiful. But again, 40% less than here in Central Florida. This can make the difference in you being able to purchase a house versus having to rent. Elisha Lopez, the QR code is on the screen right now. Reach out to her, see what's for sale in Ocala, or call right now, 407-205-0400. Pleasure to see you as always. I will see you again next week. How was that? Quick break. You have real estate continues. I'm attorney Justin Clark. If you're in debt and find yourself living paycheck to paycheck, call me now or visit youhavepower.com today. Welcome back to the program, and I love bringing the show to you every week because I really get to show you what is on the market right now, really throughout the state of Florida. Today we're going to take you from Tampa to Orlando to Deltona, and then all the way up to Flagler Beach. I love being able to show you a wide range of real estate that's out there right now. And very pleased to do it together with Deidre Graybill. Hi, how are you?
Great. Nice to meet you, Justin.
Good to see you. And from LPT, Jon Grimstad's here. How are you, buddy? Good to see you.
Justin?
Excellent. What's going on in the market right now, though? What are you seeing down in the trenches? Is it hot still?
It's pretty hot. The inventory, it's low on inventory right now. This listing, we're having a lot of showings. A lot of people are visiting the property. It's really crazy right now. People tell me, I have a client right now that's telling me, hey, I don't want to do any bidding wars. I don't want any of that going on. And I said, hey, I always say, it's all right. We'll figure it out. But,
What do you think?
Well, to the contrary.
Yeah.
In Orlando, it's still pretty hot.
Yeah.
I mean, you had a listing went on the market and boom, 10 showings and about 5 offers.
Is that right?
But then there's Tampa. Beautiful, lovely area. Gated community, 89 units in the community, 1 showing in 8 days.
And that's here on Grand Kemperton, correct?
Yes, it is, Grand Kemperton.
435. That's a nice, brand new looking townhouse.
It really is. It really is. It's really nice, and it's staged it's staged to the point of like a model home.
Yeah.
And it's just not the home, it's just the market.
Well, I think after being on this show, we're going to get some offers on that one in Tampa for sure. You also have one in Orlando.
Yes, I do.
Lansdale Court. Tell me about that one.
Lansdale Court is very popular. The price point is $365. It's also that particular seller prepared the home to sell, and we are getting tons of showings on that one.
Love it. Nice landscaping, beautiful job they've
brand
done
new
on
roof.
that.
Yes.
Yeah, brand new roof,
roof,
which makes a huge difference in real estate. And Jon, why don't you start me in Flagler Beach here, because I love Flagler Beach. I spend so much time over there. Great restaurants. Tell me about 1520 Flagler.
All right, so price point is $489. It was built in 1979. It's a 4-bedroom, 4-bath waterfront home. 2 main suites. It's a walking distance to Flagler Beach. So like you said, it's a lot of restaurants, piers, shopping. It's a full price offer. Also, the seller said that it would cover some of the closing costs.
Nice.
It's completely renovated from head to toe, featuring a separate entrance, in-law suites, and potential income-producing rental as well.
And then also down in Deltona, Farrington. Tell me about this one.
This one's really, really nice. I love this area. I grew up in Deltona, Florida. Went to high school there. Very good area. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. It's 1,800 square feet, laminate flooring, tile. The roof was done in 2020. AC's really new as well. It's a good property. I love it. It's a great family starter home.
And that Southwest Deltona area, I think, and I've told you many times, still a great spot to get a pretty good deal on real estate if you feel priced out of other areas. If you'd like to see the Deltona property, Flagler Beach property, I'll connect you with Jon literally right now. 407-205-0400. Or Deidre, if you'd like to see her property, same phone number, I'll connect you with her immediately. She could show them to you this weekend if you want to. Find that, show them today, right now. We can go do that together. Excellent job, guys. Beautiful houses, and come back anytime. Anytime you want to show off some real estate, that's what this show is all about.
Thank you so much.
We're very agent-centric, and we want to show the people at home what's going on in this market right now. Very good job, Jon. Tell Buckley I said hello.
I will.
35 under 35, Matt Buckley, doing so good.
Congrats to him.
And wonderful to meet you as well. Dallas has been raving about you. Special thanks to all of our guests today, even Bob and Derek back in the control room on the other side of this wall right now. Great job, guys. Most importantly, thank you for joining me every weekend. See you again next week for more You Have Real Estate.
The proceeding was a paid advertisement. The views expressed were the sole responsibility of the advertiser.